One mic.
All I need is one mic.
It's just different.
One mic with Big Mike.
The overall tenor of what he's saying is very stupid.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
Maybe it's not racism. Maybe it's placism.
Brother has to know his place, right, Bob?
One mic with Big Mike.
Things aren't always what they seem.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limit.
Don't just tell me that the reason something's being done is because that's the way it's always been done. Because the first thing I'm going to say to you is slavery.
And now, your host.
I got the big homie here who needs no introduction.
Big Mike.
All I need is one mic.
Yeah, Friday, right here on the One Mic with Big Mike show. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm here, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. I'm also on the Spreaker app. You can also catch me live on TuneIn and the One Mic with BigMike.com website every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, starting at 7 o'clock sharp. If you don't get a chance to stick around for the entire show, or if you want to share it with somebody else, or any of those things, the show is also available on demand on all of the platforms I've already mentioned, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube, where you can catch the audio and sometimes the video. I got to spend some time this weekend uploading the videos, man. I've been lagging on that, and I need to get my damn act together. Also, the show is being streamed live on Facebook. Facebook Live is where I'm at. Go to my Facebook page at the number one MIC WITHBIGMIKE and use that same handle for my Twitter and my Instagram as well, and give your boy a follow and go ahead and like that page as well. If you want to get in contact with me during the show, if you want to be a part of this thing I got going on right now, just text me at 404-902-8104. You can also leave your comments and questions below the live interactive chat room, or below the live stream here on Facebook. You can leave your comments, of course, in the comment section. Just make sure you hit the like button and the share button as well while you're there. Speaking of the like and share button and being a part of the show, my live interactive chat room is wide ass open, so you can get there by listening to the show on Spreaker or on my website, onemicwithbigmike.com. And on the streaming player, you'll see a little thought bubble icon. Just click on that thought bubble icon. Boom, you'll be up in the building right inside the live interactive chat room. Also, while you're there, make sure you click that little heart icon indicating that you like the show, whether you like it or not. I do ask that you still do that. And share me with those share icons as well. There's like a Google one and a Facebook one and a Twitter one. Hook your boy up, man. Trying to grow this thing from the ground up. It's a grassroots movement. You feel me? We already got somebody in the chat room. Let's see who this is. The homie, Big L, of course. How did I not know that? What up, homie? So we're going to try to do a little abbreviated show today. I ain't trying to be here all night. I got stuff to do. I've been up early since early this morning. I know that's none of y'all problem. Y'all don't care about that. And then plus, it's that day. You know, that day every year, the day before the All-Star break, where there's really nothing to talk about. The NBA celebrity All-Star game is on right now. Big L's talking about he need to be in New Orleans right now. And you know what, Big L, too? The ticket's going for the low. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. The tickets are at like a record low for the All-Star weekend this weekend, so this would have been a good week, especially. I think isn't NBA All-Star weekend colliding with Mardi Gras as well? See what Charlotte done? you don't want to get the gays and the lesbians and the trans people no damn respect, so you lose out on all this fun time, this fun stuff. And if it's one thing that the folks in New Orleans ain't gonna turn down, it's a fun time. Feel me? Well, yeah, back to today's show. Try to get out of here in about 90 minutes if I can. You know, no promises being made, but I'm going to try to get up out of here by then. I got a guest tonight at 7:30. We're going to talk to my man. I never remember names, do I? My man, Ausar. I got to ask him how to pronounce that name. And I think I got all his information wrong on here. Walcott. Anyway, kid that came out of the University of Virginia. You may not have heard his name because of what happened to him. He got into a altercation outside of a strip club, which is another thing that's still weird to me. It's like a generational thing, because I remember back in the day, like here in the A, you go to the strip club because that's the one place it wasn't going to be a fight. There's all this ass running around and all these fine, sexy women. There's no need to fight. But at some point, the bros took the fights to the strip clubs too, and then this guy got into a little altercation outside of a strip club and ended up, right after he signed his deal, coming out of UVA with the Browns, ended up getting hit with an attempted murder beef. And he was one of the lucky ones. You know what I mean? He beat the rap. He was going to plea down like a lot of us do. You know, they put that fear in you and get you to plea out, but he didn't cop the plea, and he fought it all the way out. And years later, I think last November, he got that not guilty verdict, and now he's trying to rebuild his stuff, man, and get himself back into the NFL. I think he's like 27 years old, trying to get himself back on track and still realize his dream of the NFL. So he'll be joining me at the bottom of the hour. I got to make sure I get his name right, because knowing me, I wrote it wrong. Ausar. I think it's Ausar though. Ausar. That means I wrote his damn email. His Twitter stuff down wrong as well. I am No Those. What up, homie? I see you. What do you mean? What you mean? I thought you was from New Orleans, homie. So you're not there though. You don't live there. You just from there. All right, I got it. Damn, that sucks. I bet it's like crazy at that joint. Anyway, top of the hour. Next hour, we'll take a look back into the annals of sports and give you guys some historical tidbits on some things that happened on this particular day in history. Black History Month, boy. It flies, don't it? Especially when you got Trump in office. I don't know. Like yesterday, man, I was so enthralled. It was like I was watching a comedy show, and I'm not even playing. When I seen my man, oh, I got you. Oh, feel me. Oh, you on the road, cuzzo. Truck driver, my man. I thought you was a meth dealer this whole time. I ain't want to put your business out there, though. I mean, you still might be, but... You know what I mean? Just because you drive trucks don't mean you ain't slinging some of that Walter White. Nah. Yeah, that Trump stuff yesterday, my gosh. I was talking to my man last night. It was so ignorantly, like at this point, for people to be out like marching and being mad, I don't even get it now, because this guy it's funny as hell. My man is like, I'm not nobody's, what is it called? Psychiatrist or whatever. Yeah, but that dude, he ain't all the way right upstairs, man. He can't be. Like no like actual human being does and says the stuff that he says, and this is utterly ridiculous. And at this point, I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to jump out of the bushes and be like, "Yep, got all y'all," or something crazy like that. So anyway, a couple other things I want to talk about today. Of course, All-Star Weekend is coming up, so everybody's got to talk about KD and Russ. I've got a little different take on it, which I try to make sure I do and not be not a pandering take on it, but just a different aspect. And I believe some of y'all will understand, the grown people will understand where I'm going at with this perspective on this Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook situation. I don't think I ended up giving you guys my Jerry Sandusky son. I thought it was Jerry Sandusky Jr. He got a different name, Jared or something like that. But anyway, he had to go to court today and blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you guys more about it as we move on. Charles Oakley, still, it's like Charles Oakley's doing the Eric Dickerson, that stuff that Eric Dickerson did with the Rams. He's going to get every last minute out of this thing before people just forget about Charles Oakley again. It's like, who? Oh, yeah, the dude who got kicked out of the damn gym. That dude. All right. My man, Big Baby's like throwing fire at Doc Rivers. A conversation, I remember having this conversation with my man, with Rob Calloway, when we were doing the Sports Kings. And I asked him the question, like, when is Doc Rivers, the GM, going to fire Doc Rivers, the coach? When is that going to happen? Because let's keep it real, man. He's kind of like, they fired Vinny Del Negro. Vinny Del Negro won 50 games and was like, he's not the one to get us over the hump. Well, apparently neither is Glenn. Glenn Doc Rivers. He is neither. And Big Baby has some things to say about that. And people wanted to fire off at Big Baby, but when I tell you guys what he said, if you hadn't heard it, you're gonna understand that he's not. I mean, he's hurt. He's on his Roddy White right now. But also, unlike Roddy White, there's a lot of factual things that he's saying, a lot of things that are absolutely true, and a lot of things that have been forgotten after Doc won that championship with those 3 Hall of Famers. So let's start here. Let's start, and I'll give you guys to put it on the poll questions here shortly as well. Let's start with what everyone was talking about earlier today. Darrell Revis called a little case earlier today, and it's just kind of happenstance that at the same time, like today, I'm gonna talk to a guy who caught a case, same type of deal, man. People, the way he kind of described it is, people realized he got his loot, you know what I mean, and then folks wanted to come at him. And that seems weird to me. It doesn't seem weird because I know it happens, but like the dudes that are on that level, you know what I mean? Like somebody finally, got their situation together. They don't have to do all that rowdy stuff, and then you got to try their manhood and all this kind of stuff. It's weird with it. And I think we can talk very freely about it with him because, of course, I mentioned earlier he got acquitted of all charges, got found not guilty or whatnot. So Darrell Revis is out hometown in Pittsburgh, and apparently he was looking at some real estate like at 3:00 in the morning. He want his lawyer, I guess, said that the reason he was out there at that time is because he didn't want to be out where anybody would see him or bother him or anything while he was trying to investigate this property or whatever it was. I'm thinking the whole time it's the normal everyday NFL player gets in trouble story, 3:00 in the morning at the club, people drunk, people end up getting smacked in their mouth, it's a melee and all this kind of stuff. But apparently, from what they're saying, it's not that. I'll read you guys some of the things that came out of the police report if I can pull it up here. I hope my mouse don't die because the light is on. These damn wireless mouses. See, Big L is like I'm trying to resist getting all the way there immediately, but Big L in the chat room, you guys can join them. Just listening via Spreaker and just click on the little thought bubble icon that you see on the streaming player. Two little punks ran up in the wrong. Hold on, they ran up on the wrong one. That damn boy, you gotta check them typos because that means something different. They ran up in the wrong one. I think we've all experienced that at some point in our lives. We thought she was something else. We thought she was a good girl, and then you ran up in the wrong one. Yeah, we've all had that experience, or close to it. But no, they didn't run up in the wrong one. They ran up on the wrong one. And, yeah, some cats got their damn eyes dotted. You know what I mean? Yeah, and see, this is where the ignorance is at because cats done got their ass put to sleep. 10 minutes. Like, I can't not hear that and laugh because, like, I don't know what happened. We woke up 10 minutes later and drove ourselves to the emergency room. Yeah. Look, I talked about this it was last year when this cat got choked out for running up on J.R. Smith outside of a pizza joint and he wanted to talk mess because JR didn't want to be bothered and he didn't want to give him no autographs and be on his Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then he got his ass choked out. I guess eventually some money changed hands. How them things go. Some money changed hands and the next thing the charges gets dropped or whatever. But yeah, I've never been that, like, I think people who do that kind of stuff, these grown ass men who are like autograph chasers and all that kind of stuff, back up. Like it's something real wrong up in your medulla oblongata or wherever, man, that's the thing. And then you get mad when a dude was like, yeah, what up, man? I'm good. Instead of just be like, hey, man, I respect your game or whatever. Or if it's a musician, I respect your music, man. I like your music, brother. And if you do that thing where you got to prove to everybody that you met Darrell Revis by taking a picture and you ask him and he declines, you got to keep it moving. You got to move on. And I'll tell you some of those ignorant comments, the stupid comments I heard that were said today that, like, when people start, like, equating, like, when Draymond makes the equation to this Jim Dolan situation and the slave master's mentality, like, white people get real icky about that. And, like, Draymond knows better than that. Hold on. No, he don't. Because, like, people act like because the actual bondage of slavery ended a couple 100 years ago, like, people don't still carry those mentalities right now. Like, speaking of Donald Trump, what the hell you think what the hell you think the Electoral College is? Yeah, slavery. It's an invention of slavery, man, of slave owners. So to act like, like this country don't still respect some of the institutions that were formed around slavery. Yeah, you got the wrong one here. Like, it's a real thing, and as much as white people try to freaking like deny that it's a thing in 2017 because these Negroes got a little bit of money. Nah. Chris Rock said it best, man. Shaq is rich. The man who signed Shaq's check, he's wealthy. And there's a big difference in the two. So anyway, police charged Darrell Revis with 2 felony counts of aggravated assault. 1 felony count each over robbery. Now you start hearing this and it's like, what? Darrell Revis out here doing a DMX on cats? Robbing cats? And conspiracy. And a misdemeanor count of terroristic threats. What? So my man has joined Al Qaeda. He's on a robbing crew, apparently, and he's a conspiracy person. He's forming conspiracies. All right, all that really means in mumbo jumbo. My man took one of the cat's phones that was trying to record him, tossed that joint in the street, And then somebody apparently heard him say, I got some more guys coming. Y'all better get the hell out of here. I got some dudes coming for y'all. So I guess that's the terroristic threat and the robbery when you take somebody's stuff. But it sounds, and the aggravated assault because these boys got put to sleep. I mean, somebody, allegedly Darrell Revis, put these cats to sleep. And around 2:43 a.m. on a Sunday, two dudes, two little punk-ass boys, 22 and 21. And I'm going that way. I'm leaning that way, punk-ass boys, because if you listen to ESPN and all these places, it astounds me how immediately it goes to the side of the player's guilt immediately. You know, they start talking about all the scenarios that's going to happen with him. He's going to have to meet with the commissioner and the what is it called? The conduct policy in the NFL and all this. Like, calm down, man. You know what I mean? Because as I read and not just listen to these jackasses on TV, yeah, the police said the video shows Revis walking away from the group. And your man Cousins is one of the dudes following him, describing what Revis is wearing on some weird stuff. Like, yeah, look, it's Darrell Revis. He's got on a gray sweatshirt and some Pele. I don't know what he was wearing. But I'm just saying, that's weird, right? Is it just me, or is that just like weird ass stuff to do that? You following another dude and describing what he's wearing. So describing what he's wearing, the video then shows Revis standing in front of the White Eagle bar and stating, this is why I thought it was a club thing, because he ended up standing in front of a bar. I guess that may have been the property that he was considering investing in English. And he asked him, cuz, why are you following me? Several times before the video just stops. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, my man. And I heard Mike Golick Jr. on the radio today talking about what's the lineman's name for the Steelers was up there. Yeah, Adams is his last name. Got his ass stabbed on some same type of stuff. Cats running up on him. Yeah, I'm with that. Because guess what? If I'm Darrell Revis, I got enough money where I can fight the case. I'm going to whoop your damn ass. Whatever. And as you see, if you read this whole thing, his lawyer's coming out real quick. Like, look, he ain't know. He ain't know it was no damn phone. It could have been a weapon. He ain't know. So, yeah, if it's got to be you or me, it's going to be you every time. Every time I'm voting for you, cuz. So Darrell Revis is he's in a little bit of a precarious situation because he's no longer, of course, Darrell Revis from Revis Island, the shut down corner. And as grimy as this whole situation is, man, not the situation itself. I guess I haven't described what I'm talking about being grimy. As grimy as the NFL is, I should say. They talked to this dude. The Jets, have talked to this guy and haven't released a public statement yet, just like we're aware of it. And I'm reading this article earlier about how they could use this because, remember, Darrell Revis signed a pretty decent contract 2 years ago when he left New England to come back to the Jets. They can use this to get from up under that money and not pay this dude his money. Not because he's got a clause in his contract, because that don't exist. He's a much smarter businessman than that, as per, him going to Tampa, getting that 1 year deal, going to New England, getting all that money guaranteed for the year, and then saying, all right, I ain't gonna be able to keep on doing this. So let me go back to a place where I know they'll be stupid with the money and hook me up, and went back and played for the badass Jets on some I'm going home stuff. You ain't from there, B. You ain't from there. I'm going home. Get your ass out of here. Just a smart business move. So anyway, they can try to use this, what is it called? The NFL conduct policy against him, because if you get found guilty of a crime or violating and you get suspended, well, then they can start voiding money. The problem with that is, and if I can find the article to give you guys the exact details on it, because there are certain dates behind it. Revis signed, of course, a 5-year, $70 million contract that says the team that doesn't say the team can void the player's contract with a felony. But if he's suspended in the NFL's, whatever, personal conduct policy, the Jets have until March 10th to make a decision on him. Now, he's going to have to obviously be suspended by them, but if they think, and this is one of those like grimy behind-the-scenes type things that they'll do, they'll go and make sure that this dude is going to be suspended, and then go ahead and cut him, and then have him repay this money, this bonus money, or not pay him the bonus money. Because after March 10th, they're going to have to pay him $2 million in a roster bonus. And the only really option then is to probably just restructure the deal and bring him back, as opposed to cutting him and saving the money. Grimy as hell, man. That's why when fans start talking about this ridiculousness about loyalty and all that, and we'll get to that here in a second too, as it relates to this damn to this Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant thing that ESPN and these whack ass sports news outlets want to try to ram down your throat like it's really a thing. I'll get to that next before I talk to my man. I gotta wait a minute. While I'm thinking about it, let me make sure I get homie's name right, because it's it's a little bit of a bad look. I'm trying to remember people's name. You know what I did the other day? Oh, y'all say what up to Reggie, man. Reggie's in the building. He's in the chat room right now. My man Reggie Smart is going to start helping out with the show and my social media stuff, and in return, I'll teach him to do the opposite of every ignorant, stupid thing that I do for my show, so that he'll have at some point a better one than I have. And I think the other day, if I'm not mistaken, I was calling Reggie Russ for whatever reason. And it's probably because I was looking up at the TV and Westbrook was about to take on the Knicks. And so I'm thinking like Russ is going to be helping out with the show. No, he's not. I don't even know a Russ or a Russell. Reggie. Reggie's going to help out. Going to be helping out with the show, man. So I am no dose. Big L, say what up to Reggie, man. What was I about to do? Oh, I got to find out my man's name. And I also want to know what it means too, because I'm a believer of etymology. Well, not necessarily the believer, but I've always found it kind of interesting. Etymology, meaning the meanings behind people's names and words and things of that nature. So I said it right? Ausar, Ausar, Walcott. It's not Wilcott, it's Walcott. Oh, God. Anyway, it's the One Mike with Big Mike show, man. It's a Friday, getting ready for the weekend. My lady said she want to go check out Split. Wait, is something going on with my live stream here? Is something going on with the video on my stream? Because it looks mad crazy here on my screen. It's all like those lines when the TV go up. Well, young cats don't know about that. Like, yeah, it used to be a time in life where TV went off. I mean, like at the end of the night, beep, and those rainbow lines be up and down your screen. Yeah, that's what it looks like on my computer here. Oh no, there it is. All right, never mind. False alarm. Where was I? Oh, moving on to the All-Star game this weekend. All-Star games happening this weekend. Shout out to North Carolina, ridiculous individuals who, and not the city or not the city of Charlotte or the state of North Carolina. The people, they don't want this HB2 law because they understand that even if they're against like the LGBT community, I mean, there's bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? Than try to stand on a ridiculous law like that, because I can't tell you the last time I even noticed another human being in the bathroom with me. Like, I'm not in there for that. I'm in there to handle my business. I'm gonna wash my hands and leave about the joint. So it could Halle. Well, that might be overdoing it. I was gonna say Halle Berry could be in there, but that's not a real thing. that's not me being honest. But you get what I'm saying. Like, yeah, a trans person could be in the bathroom, using the bathroom, and I wouldn't notice. I wouldn't have no idea. That whole ridiculous concept of, well, what if some guy just wants to put on a wig and run up in the bathroom and take a girl? Okay. So you think that's what those sickos are doing? They're just waiting for the law to give them an end? Like, I can't wait till they pass a law, boy. I can finally throw on this wig and these pantyhose and go do my devious behavior. No, that's ridiculous. So anyway, shout out to New Orleans, man. It's a hell of a come up for them, obviously. But the big story this weekend, or the story that they're making to be the big story, is, of course, Russ and KD both made the All-Star game. They're going to be on the same team. There's 4 Warriors: Draymond, KD, as I mentioned, Clay, and Steph, right? Are the 4 Warriors on the team. And everybody's like, well, I wonder if Steve Kerr, who is the Warriors coach, and he's also the coach of the Western Conference team, is going to put them all in the game together. Like, who cares? Like, to me, just be adults. Does everybody be adults? And here's the thing that I wanted to bring up before I take this break, and I might have to pick it up after the interview, but I want to bring it up now. At a certain point, and I don't know if Russ sees this coming, the tide will turn. because eventually ESPN will get all the blood out of this turnip, and they'll have to make it something else. And it's going to be one of those things where KD is being the quote-unquote mature one, right? KD is like, look, I know I maybe I should have handled it differently, but you know what? It is what it is now. He's still my brother. Maybe one day we'll sit down and we'll hash it out and we'll come to an understanding or whatnot. And Russ is doing this. Listen to this. See, that stuff. Damn. And see, it's like, and then Ramona Shelburne asks him the question about, being in the locker room with Katie or whatever, and he switches it on her, asking her, like, who's her favorite designer and that kind of stuff. And, like, that stuff is cute as long as these people in the media are loving you and you're providing them with content. But here's the thing, cuz eventually that content will get old. Kevin Durant will be winning ball games. And Russ has already experienced it. You remember the whole Russ is selfish. He's not a real point guard and this, that, and the other. Those people will come back because they'll still need more content. At some point, my man is just going to have to be like, he's going to have to eat it and stop playing like the victim and letting people create this air of sympathy around him. Nothing like that whole concept of what KD did to Russ. Wait a minute. How's that a thing? First and foremost, at the very base level, they're coworkers. That's what they are. They didn't grow up together. They came into the league at different times. And when it was time for one dude, and this is what I explained to somebody today on social media when this conversation was happening on, because I posted this picture of Charles Barkley, y'all man, right? These kids, everybody want to play with each other. And so I posted this picture of him and Scottie Pippen and Akeem Olajuwon. Then I posted another one of him, Clyde Drexler, and Akeem Olajuwon. Seemed like you wanted to play with some great folks, too. And that whole argument about, well, they was over the hill. Too bad. Just because you waited until your skills had eroded to make the decision that was better for you and it still didn't pan out, that's not LeBron's fault. That's not KD's fault. The entire narrative has changed in sports where if you don't have a ring, you ain't crap. Like if Dan Marino played today, Dan Marino would be getting his ass roasted, cuz. You know how I know? Because people still don't have an appreciation for Peyton Manning. Oh, he's a good regular season quarterback. Peyton Manning's a great quarterback. And I know he didn't play well in the postseason. But to concentrate his entire career into that, and now you can say he has 2 championships. But I saw the last game, did you? You know what I mean? Just having Rohan Davey has a championship. I think Michael Bishop has a championship. It's not the end-all, be-all. Now, it does accentuate, especially in basketball. The multiple championship guys, their careers, their Hall of Fame stats are accentuated by those things. But by that measure, no one should care about Charles Barkley. No one should care about Karl Malone or John Stockton. No one should give a damn if they were measured by the same standards that the guys who play now are measured by. Like LeBron, it ain't enough for him to have 3. And if he gets 6, that won't be enough because you know what y'all will say? Well, Mike only had to play in 6 finals, and he won every MVP in every finals and never lose in the final. Like the finish line is going to continue to move and continue to move. So when a dude like KD says, you know what? Okay, if that's what the new standard is, and I know I want to be amongst the greats, I'll go somewhere. Not to make it easy. That whole concept of it being easy is ridiculous too. But to go to a place where he can be more efficient. And in being more efficient, you know what he's also allowed to do? His game is allowed to open up. If you really watch the Golden State Warriors play, and for all the where they going to get a rim protector stuff from, for all of that, guess who's their rim protector? The 7-footer that can put it on the ball, on the ground, and shoot the tray. He's their rim protector in a lot of situations. Yeah, I'm good on that. Like if you're the dude that would stay at your job and continue to be to continue to struggle to get to a certain point at your job where you can go somewhere else and be more efficient and apparently happier as well, you're the idiot. And Kevin Durant just said he wasn't gonna be no idiot. Like, I was surprised that Russ re-upped so quickly. To be honest with you, now he only like extended like another year or whatever, so that's not the end all be all. He can still, kind of take a look at the landscape and bounce on them folks too. And I hope those folks at Oklahoma City know that too, because he can bounce on you too in a minute too. You ain't lock him up for the next 6 years. He was going to be a free agent, I think, this year, so he added a year to that. So he gave you 2 more years. And if he ever get tired of playing with Victor Oladipo, Enes Kanter, Steven Adams, and them boys, yeah, he might find him another home too, if he's smart. It's the One Mic with Big Mike show. Coming up on the other side of the break, my man, Ausar. I got to ask him how to pronounce this. Walcott, former UVA standout. He also had a cup of coffee with the Cleveland Browns before they cut him after he was accused of attempted murder. My G. But he beat the rap, and he's going to join me next here on the One Mic with Big Mike show. Live right now on Spreaker, the Spreaker app, TuneIn, and, of course, the One Mic with BigMike.com website.
Well, I have one question for you.
Do you or someone you know run a business that could benefit from additional exposure? The One Mic with Big Mike show is currently taking on new sponsors and advertisers. One Mic with Big Mike is currently syndicated across 8 different online platforms, and your company's name could be heard and seen across all 8 as well.
Let's get to work.
Please send all inquiries to Mike at onemicwithbigmike.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support.
All I need is one mic.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
And now, back to One Mic.
What are we waiting for? Let's get to it.
With Big Mike.
Okay, let's do it again. I'm trying to get in touch with my guest here and didn't turn my mic on. So the One Mic with Big Mike show is back. If you're looking at the screen, you're probably hearing this for the second time. Back here on Spreaker.com, the Spreaker app. Also, tune in and, of course, OneMicWithBigMike.com. Also, the show can be heard on demand if you don't get a chance to hear the entire show, or if you want to go back and listen to any previous shows that you may have missed on all 4 of those platforms, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. And check out the website, or check out the Facebook page where I'm streaming live video right now at the number 1 MICWITH BIGMIKE. If you want to get in contact with me during the show and holler at your boy and get in on some of these conversations, just text me at 404-902-8104. You can also leave your comments below the live streaming video here on Facebook, or jump inside my live interactive chat room. My man Reggie's up in there. I am No Doze. The homie Big L's checking in as well. To do so, just be listening to the show on Spreaker or the app or my website. You'll see a little thought bubble icon right there on the streaming player. Just click on that. It'll get you inside the building. And while you're there, make sure you guys are signing up for your free Spreaker accounts as well. And once you do that, search for my show, One Mic with Big Mike. Then follow me, and then you'll get an alert every time the show goes live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on Spreaker. So we're still trying to get in touch with Ausar to get his story and see what he's up to. But while we wait on him, we can continue this conversation about Russ and KD and the things that just like. And I want to also integrate the conversation about Charles Barkley in this too. Like, I don't really like talking about him during my show because I think that's me giving him attention for being a buffoon. You know, for being that. Because it's at a certain level, you can be like the old crabby guy, like, oh, everything was better back in the day, you know, when we had to walk uphill to school both ways both ways to go to school in the snow and all this kind of stuff. Like, that's cool and whatever it is. Now my video want to stop working. All right, that's cool and whatever, but come on, man. The league, I don't know, you guys in the chat room, you tell me, and if you're listening or watching on Facebook, which I just had to restart the stream, what do y'all, is the league in that much peril? Is the league terrible, like Charles Barkley is saying? Because I definitely don't think it is. Now, of course, you may not be able to, get enjoyment out of watching every team 1-30. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit down and watch no damn Brooklyn Nets basketball. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. I'm probably going to skim over Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns basketball. But for the most part, if I can sit down and watch Kemba Walker do work in Charlotte, this Washington squad that started off real slow and ugly, Bradley Beal and my man John Wall, Gortat, they up there doing work. You can watch the Toronto squad, Lowry and DeRozan. There's plenty of good basketball to watch, and there's stars everywhere. The stuff that Russ is doing and James Harden's doing. What, of course, the Golden State Warriors, they put them on TV once a week just about anyway. So if you don't enjoy nothing else, you get to enjoy them until those games come up where they don't want to play, and then the Nuggets end up shooting them out the damn gym. But that's like Haley's Comet. You know what I mean? Comes around once in a lifetime. But for the most part, I'm enjoying basketball, and I'm a dude that lives in Atlanta. I had to deal with the Hawks, whereas the Hawks they're probably that one team, to be honest with you. The one team that's in contention or mildly relevant that doesn't really have what you would call a star quality player. I know people try to put that whole thing on the Celtics, but that dude Isaiah Thomas is a monster, man. To say that he's not a star in the NBA is to not know basketball. So for what it's worth, I'm able to sit and watch pretty much every team in the league and find some sort of interest in it. And a dude that gets paid to watch basketball is like, oh, it's so terrible. What's a good solution to that? Just quit, my man. Just bounce. Kenny and Shaq, they'll hold it down. Ernie, they'll hold it down without you. The league is going to go on, but it goes back to what I said. That dude understands that he's only relevant because of those guys that he constantly rails on, the LeBrons and the Boogies and those cats. That's the only reason people care about Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley ain't put on an NBA jersey in 17 years? That means some kid that's about to graduate from high school never saw Charles Barkley play a basketball game. Some kids that are in college right now never saw Charles Barkley play a basketball game. To them, he would be the Karl Malones. He would be these guys who just Patrick Ewings, who no one cares. You don't care about these dudes until their name comes up in something. Charles Oakley gets kicked out the arena. Latrell Sprewell gets invited back to be the token black dude at the game. And then it's like, oh, yeah, Sprewell. I remember him. The rims, right? No, he's a good-ass basketball player at one point. And he choked the coach out. That happened as well. Right? So without, like, Shaq would be Shaq. Shaq got like a million rings. He's good. Kenny would, no one would know who Kenny is, but I don't think that's a part of Kenny's bag anyway. Kenny is probably out of the three dudes on that stage during Inside the NBA, he's the best analyst they got when it comes to talking like actual basketball on a consistent basis. Like Shaq is like the buffoon, and Charles is like the watch what I say, white folks. Watch how sharp and pointed this next statement is. Yeah, clown. It's clown college. All day, all night, man. You know what I mean? And then the worst part is, like, at some point, I agree with him on some things, you know? And I guess that's the natural and human, that inevitably, like, everybody, including me, everything that come out of my mouth ain't stupid. Like, I'm trying to, like, hold in at a clip of, like, 65% stupidity and, like, give you guys a solid, like, 35%, like good stuff. I'm trying to hold in at that 65 because, like, in some grading scale, that's a D, right? 65 is a D. Yeah, I'll ride with that. You can let it ride. The Spree did have to what? Oh, you forgot. Big L forgot about the Spreewells. Yeah, dude, they spinning in word. They spinning. Yeah, cuz. And then Spreewell told these folks that he wasn't gonna play. What was it? How much money was it that they was offering Sprewell? Like $30-something million, and he's like, I can't take that. I got kids to feed. And them rich white owners was like, all right, let's see how well your kids eat off of zero. Spree. Yeah. That was one of the most ridiculous moves ever in free agency. It was almost like akin to, like, remember Ricky Waters? When Ricky Waters got to the end of his career, Ricky Waters still thought he was Ricky Waters. And when he became a free agent, he was telling these people that they need to send a private jet to come get him for him to come see their facilities. Well, it was like, yeah, you take your ass down there to the hangar, and watch nothing be there for your ass. And the next thing you know, there was no Ricky Waters. Ricky Waters, one of the coldest, like, he was one of those Marshall Faulk type backs, catch it, run it type dudes, and didn't realize that, bro, we go pick a new crop of you every spring. The new crop, 7 rounds of it, baby. 30 picks a round. Yeah, ain't no need for you to be on that level at all. And the next thing you know, Ricky Waters is out the league. There's that. Yeah, and Sprewell went broke because, and then guess what? Now he's on. You seen him on the Geico commercial? He's like the example to the little girl of making all the bad decisions. So, like, damn. Like, when life gets to that point with you where you're like, yeah, I'll take the money for you to mock me in this commercial for my bad decision making because I need to loot that bad. You know, I need to be relevant, so I'm going to go let this white man prop me up. You know what I mean? Prop me up. And look, he's a Negro and he likes me. Speaking of that, let's talk about that real quick, man. My man James Dolan. Because Charles Barkley. Sorry, I just saw what Reggie put in the damn chat room. Let me finish this. Sir Charles. His name is Charles. They don't damn sir. You know who's a sir? Paul McCartney. And I think that's stupid. I live in America. There are no sirs and no kings and queens and all that foolishness. Sir Charles has a tendency to say controversial things seemingly to stay in the news. They ain't even controversial. They're just idiotic so many times. You know what I mean? Like, and I think there's a line to be drawn between the two things. Like, being controversial and being idiotic, telling black folks to get up off their ass. It's like, all right, dude, who you stepping and fetching for, my man? And, you know, I think it's still on the books that he's supposed to have this show coming out where he's going around the country to spark the conversation on racism and racial tensions in the country. Yeah, they picked the right one, didn't they? There's always that one, right? Okay, we know that he has the right color. You know, he has the right color. But he'll say the things that we need him to say to the Negroes, and we can stay out of it. Hey, I'm good on that, dude. I'm so good on that, man. Like the whole black man who's rich and acts like he's always been that. You know what I mean? Like it's that. Like, everybody has the problem. Like, the worst thing I can hear black people say And I'm going to tell you what the problem is. I'm done listening at that point. As soon as you say the problem, indicating that there's one in 400 years, there's one, I'm out. I don't need to hear nothing else, dude. If you can simplify all the racial stupidity and ridiculousness in this country by boiling it down to one thing, you don't know jack. You're an idiot. Times 10. You know what I mean? I was having one of my homies, man, Demario, the dude that does my voice stuff for the show. He was talking last night, man. He's one of the few people that I can actually have these multi-level conversations with, man, about stuff like that, because it's one of those things, and I'm talking about like race relations in this country because I want to talk about Trump tonight before I get up out of here, that you can't be lazy with the conversation. You know what I mean? Like people say stuff like, see, the problem is when white people, when their kids get to be like 24, they still let them live at home. And when white people, when black folks get 18, our parents tell us to leave. Well, that's where is the quantifiable data in any of it? My mama told me that. You know, me and my dad had a terrible relationship, and she said, look, you grown now, and there's only going to be one grown man living here. And I did all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a multi-millionaire, but I'm not a dude that's like constantly in the jailhouse either, B. You know? I'm all right. All right, so my man just hit me back. I'm going to tell him to hit me at 8, man. And we're going to still do this interview. We're going to bump it because I really want to talk to this dude and get his story. Where was I at? So, yeah, like little things like that. There is no just one problem why black people kill black people at an alarming rate, or why drug use and abuse is the way it is in the black community, and poverty and all these things, man. Like, you got to start taking baby steps, walking this thing all the way back to the plantation, to the boat. You know what I mean? To get the real reasons for the things that you want to make so simplistic. You understand? So anyway, where was I? Charles Barkley. And then like to address, you know, Reggie's thing about these controversial statements. The thing is this, man. Like, it's just really wash, rinse, repeat. You know what I mean? Oh, LeBron's soft. Oh, LeBron's a punk. Oh, these kids today. It's the same message. It's not even like he's coming with brand new material. You're an idiot, dude. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Y'all gonna make okay, let's go there then, man. So Big L, he says Trump did talk to he did talk to the top gang thugs. I don't know, dude. Could he find them? Could he find the top gang thugs? Oh, that's outstanding. That dude yesterday, man, like yesterday was one of the most epic things I've ever seen. And if you did not see this Trump press conference yesterday, I didn't see it, by the way. I'm sitting here and I'm doing some work. You know, Thursday is a real busy day for me. So I'm working, but I'm checking my social media and I'm seeing, you know, what's trending, and they talking about the Trump stuff. And so I so happen to just turn to CNN. And these dudes are losing it. Like, when you see reporters just being like, they really want to cuss. They want to be like, what the you know what I mean? Is going on? And so I started paying attention. I done turned the volume up on the TV and everything. And now I'm compelled, literally sitting here with my mouth open, watching y'all orange ass, or as my man Shot the Buster Rhymes, as my man Agent Orange is talking to a black reporter, a seasoned Washington 20-year veteran reporter, and asking this woman to set up a meeting for him. That bro was like, that ain't my job, cuz. And then that dude said, he was talking about the National Black Caucus. First of all, he didn't know what it was. And then second of all, he's like, do you know them? Are they friends of yours? I'm like, come on, B. For the man who, like, previously before that, or maybe it was after that, said to everyone that he's the least racist person in the world. How do you quantify that? Is there like a racist Olympics and he came in last? Like, how did that even work, cuz? I'm the least racist person you'll ever meet. Translated, I'm racist as hell. That's how that works. Man, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait till the nukes start flying. Like, I'm ready to go. Whatever, dude. I've got 40 years under my belt next year. Next month. I'm good. Because I'm going to die when the nukes hit and start melting everybody. I'm going to have a smile on my face because I'm like, this is what y'all wanted. Good. Good. Good for this damn podunk ass country, man. You know what I mean? Like, how is that guy a thing? To the point now, this is when you know it's a problem, and black folks, keep your eyes open on this one. I'm serious. Because now, white folks that were supposed to be his friends are running away from him. And we're going to find out about this dude, the homie that was talking to the Russians while Barack was still in the White House, Flynn. Now, apparently, he don't have the protection that you would normally have as a White House staffer when it comes to legality. So they can bring him up on charges, one, and then two, in the investigation, have him testify. Yeah, let's see if, like, in the next month or so, this dude just ends up, like, in a lake somewhere and quote unquote, drove his car into a lake and nobody can find his body. Let's see if that ends up happening. Because, like, those type of dudes, as much information is already coming out of this White House, everybody's singing, everybody talking. That's how they caught his ass. You know, your man was over there talking to the Russians. Yep, while they were still on the campaign trail too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. This is a what is it called? Not a dramatic comedy. Like when you golly, what is it called, man? When things are just totally terrible and bad, but it's funny as hell. Yeah, that's what all this is. Your man is up there laughing, talking about how he's having a good time at the press conference. Like, homie, serious things are happening, man. Serious things are happening, man. Give it a few hundred years. No, I'm sorry, cuz. I'm sorry for your kid too, Big L. Big L telling me to give it a couple of hundred years. Nah, dude. This dude right here, that talk to your white friends about this, man. This they man. Like, I don't believe all that. Like, everybody now all of a sudden, like, I ain't vote for him. Yeah, somebody did. Somebody did, cuz. You know what I mean? It wasn't just all coal miners. Yeah, that person that sit across from you in that cubicle. Yeah, Beth, yeah, she did. Talk to her about your kid getting nuked, because that's what my man, he already playing around with these Russians, playing around with this cat in North Korea. Somebody done off this dude's damn half brother. You know what I mean? Like on some movie stuff. Apparently somebody just walked up to this dude in the airport and put some stuff over his face, and now he dead. All right. All right, man. Like, this the world we live in, cuz all that Martin Luther King had a dream stuff. Yeah. And Donald Trump was his nightmare. That's all that is. Like, he had a dream. Yeah, but he didn't tell you, he didn't get on that stage and tell you about the nightmare of the Agent Orange. Like, how does this dude still have time to get a spray tan, too? Y'all know that? He still got them white rings around his eyes, like from them things that the white people put over their eyes when they get tan. Like, every part of his body is orange except that area right around his eyes. That's all he doing in the White House, getting spray tans and signing stuff. Yeah, it's about everything and everybody is about to hit the fan. I don't even know the Russians. That what he said yesterday. I don't even know the Russians. Really? And look, too. And also, this is the One Mike was Big Mike show. It's a sports show, but whatever. It's Friday, and this is probably the best thing ever. And ain't nothing going on in sports. I'm looking at like Ice Cube's son or somebody on my TV right now, trying to cross over and shoot air balls or whatever. Oh no, it went in. My bad. Reggie saying like this is the press conference. I believe is a distraction from the serious things that are happening. Yeah, this man. This orange individual, he's one huge distraction for everything. This dude is signing these, what do they call these acts? Oh, I found this out last night. Do you realize that there is a provision, they call them CR reports or CB reports or something like that, that if an administration, it's only been used one time, but these MFers are about to go crazy with them. And what they are is, what they allow that they allow the present administration to undo things of any previous administration. And here's the catch to it, that once it's undone, no other administration after this one can rehash it. Yeah, dude, look that up. As a matter of fact, I'll put it on my Facebook later on, because I found this out last night. They have these orders that you wouldn't know about them because, like I said, it's only been used one time in the history. And these dudes, Agent Orange and them know about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they about to start going back. They done already did the thing. They already did one where where like mentally ill people can go buy guns now. Yeah, have fun with that. He's about to overturn Obama's what is it called? The environmental thing, where it just keeps the main thing. He keeps these oil companies and these big companies from just dumping crap into the water. Yeah, my man Donald Trump is like, oh, we don't need that. These poor people don't need water. Look at Flint; they're doing all right. He's such an idiot, man. Like, if you around here crying about it, you can't do it. Like, it's only been a month. It's only been a month. He got 4 years, cuz. Yeah, I don't see it going any other way but down, because he's clueless. And I'm straight up, all jokes aside, yeah, I do think it's something wrong with him. I think it's something like seriously wrong with him. You know what I mean? On the note of, like, he got like problems. Anybody who's like yesterday, this dude is still bragging about this damn election. Been over that the election now been over for months. Still hanging his hat on that, like, cuz we know you won. We see where you live at now, B. We know what the hell happened. But that ain't enough that he just won. That dude said, just like I had the largest margin of victory of any president in history, electoral college votes in history. Like, in 10 seconds, one of those white reporters just Googled it and was like, no, that's wrong. He's like, what about, and he set him up for it too. He did it so smooth. He's like, what about Jimmy Carter? What about President Obama? He was like, no, I was talking about the Russians. He was like, okay, then what about George H.W. Bush? He was like, well, I don't know. I don't know that somebody told me that. That's where we at. That's where we at. Just pass the buck. Who told you then, B? Which one of the idiots told you? The girl who looks like Beavis and Butthead, or the fool that's supposed to be a press secretary that can't speak, Spicer? Who told you, my man? I don't know. Those are the numbers that were given to me. Yeah, dude. Your man is pathological. He's damn near insane, cuz. So that when you hear me start talking about when the nukes start flying, I ain't playing. He's gonna piss somebody off, like on some Twitter beef type stuff, and it's gonna be a wrap. Yeah, get your affairs in order. Whatever you do, whatever you believe in, or whoever you talk to when you get on your knees, talk to him. Then get your affairs in order, pimp, because your man is wildin'. He's out of sight. Yeah, everybody's running away from him. Yeah, we got a new candidate. The dude that's the candidate for, like, the national security secretary. He's like, nah, I'm good, cuz. I don't want no parts of this. I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and stay where I'm at and just, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep it moving. Yeah. Y'all know, man, it's about to be real serious, and it's like a huge joke. But at the end of the day, what I said when it first happened, the show I did, this is what America is, man. Like, that whole Obama thing, that was like false advertising. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, man, we finally accomplished something. Wrong. You know what I mean? It's just like them slaves, right? Slavery's over. Don't forget about this 13th Amendment, though. We're going to throw this in here real quick on your black ass. You think it's over, we just going to call it by a different name. Yeah, it's called mass incarceration. Look it up. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about Charles Barkley's dumbass. Speaking of mass incarceration and shucking and jiving and all that ridiculousness, we got my man Ausar. He hit me back on the Twitter. He told me to hit me right at 8:00. So we'll see if we can make it happen tonight, man. 2 forward, 3 steps back. I don't even think it's 2 forward, cuz. I think it's like a little shuffle step forward, and they just shove your ass all the way back. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, y'all just take care of yourselves, man. Like I said, I was talking to my man last night, man, and like, he wants to see black people do better, man. But there's too many things, man. That there's too many, like, other layers to that pie, man, or to that cake to get through, man. To get to, like, some real progress. And when you start talking about 13% of the population, like, the Hispanics are outnumbered. We're outnumbered by the Hispanic population. Like, we are 13% as black people, and as many of us Negroes that's in jail, that number goes way down too. So yeah, good luck. Good luck thinking your 13% is gonna make a difference. Good luck on that. Look, let me tell you something. If it didn't make a difference when you outnumbered the massa like 10-1 on the plantation, it took Nat Turner going crazy to do some stuff. And that only lasted 2 days. Yeah. I'll let your boy, man. Like, yeah, just let me know. I mean, let me know when the real revolution starts. I ain't talking about the one we just go walk in the street and chant stuff. Let me know when the real one starts. Nah, I got y'all. I'm there. Anyway, man, we're going to come back, talk to this homie, man, talk to Ausar about how he beat the rap, man. He beat the rap. He's a free man. Shout out to him for that, man. Went to court, took the beef to trial, man, and got off, and he's trying to get back in the NFL. So we'll try to get him on the phone here in the next segment right here on the One Mic with Big Mike show. And then, of course, we'll either push on this day back, or we just won't do it today, or we'll figure it out some kind of way.
I have one question for you.
Do you or someone you know run a business that could benefit from additional exposure? The One Mic with Big Mike show is currently taking on new sponsors and advertisers. One Mic with Big Mike is currently syndicated across 8 different online platforms, and your company's name could be heard and seen across all 8 as well.
Let's get to work.
Please send all inquiries to Mike at onemicwithbigmike.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support.
All I need is one mic.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
One Mic.
All I need is one mic.
What's the name of the show?
One Mic with Big Mike.
You know, ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't nobody, there's no crime being committed.
And they say his style is too urban for the radio.
This is real life stuff that's happened to me.
Well, you know what?
You, and you.
One Mic with Big Mike.
I like to be able to do what I want to do.
A sports talk show, but no subject matter is off limits.
Meek Mill's concert is not called the Hell Yeah I Bang Khloe Kardashian concert.
And now, your host.
Put your hands together for the one, the only
Big Mike.
All I need is one mic.
Winding down here on a Friday, man. Still trying to get in touch with my guests. Maybe a no-show type situation for the day. I got some other stuff working for you guys for next week, though, man. Some coals on the fire, as they say. Getting ready to have another decent week. I had a decent week this week as far as the guests went. Well, no, I didn't, because Monday was a disaster. Wednesday was pretty cool. Still can't get the homie on the phone, man. He must be avoiding me. It's that feeling when people just don't like you. All right. We'll move on then, right? It's the One Mic with Big Mike show, man. I'm here at Spreaker.com. Make sure you guys are signing up. You guys and girls are signing up for your free Spreaker accounts. The live stream is going down for the day, and I can't get it back up. Everything is just going haywire today, man. It must be a Friday. Spreaker.com, the Spreaker app. Tune in. And, of course, the OneMicWithBigMike.com website. Also, the show can be heard on demand on all of those platforms, as well as on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube. Just the audio for the day. No video for today's show because, of course, like I just mentioned, the video is down. But you can still go on over to my Facebook page and give me a like or two. Can you do that? Can you like me multiple times? Tell all your friends to like the show or like the page. One Mic with Big Mike. Spell the number 1, MICWITHBIGMIKE. Use that same handle for my Twitter and my Instagram. While we're here, second half of the show, I didn't do any hashtag put it on the poll questions for the day. Hashtag put it on the poll is brought to us, though, by sportsnewsandbrews.com. Go there for all your news, your black news, and your favorite craft beers. I think that's what my man says. But I did have some polls up for Wednesday's show that are closed out now. Do you think there's anything fishy about Tom Brady still being able to play NFL quarterback this well at the age of 40? 100% say maybe a little. Yeah, of course. You gotta have you can't be sure anymore about any professional athlete. Did y'all know this was a thing? I posted a link for people can get jobs, or there are people looking for people to fill jobs to be emoji translators. And it's like a serious thing too. It's not just about like Facebook and Twitter and all those things. Like when you go to court, so people can use either emojis that you've written in your text to other person. Maybe you threaten somebody or something like that. They can use these things against you. So they need people to step in, because apparently now these kids can talk, like have whole conversations using pictures. It's like hear what I'm saying? That's going backwards. That's like going back to hieroglyphics, cuz I mean, like going back to when people just like drew like foxes and animals on the wall with rocks. And that's where the new kids are, man. They're talking to each other with just pictures. Shout out to them. I prefer to use this. I don't use them very well, but I'll stick with the good old spoken word here. What percentage chance do you give the Mayweather-McGregor fight of actually happening? Most of you, 67%, said 0 to 24. I'm tempted to think that that's more closer to the 0 where I'm at. And some of you say 50 to 75, kind of hedging your bets a little bit. And I think that's it. So since we aren't going to have the guest apparently today, I'm sitting right here looking at the text too, by the way, that him asking me if that's me calling. And I'm saying, yes, that's me calling. And he's saying, okay. And I'm saying, hit me at 8. He says, okay. 8 o'clock has passed now. And I just tried to call him as well and even wrote that I'm ready for you. And he is not responding. So don't know how that's going to go down. But in the meantime, in between time, let's take a look back.
Now, let's take a look back. On this day.
All right, on this day, it's a little Black History Month. These have nothing to do with Black History Month. There are some Negroes involved in this, but not on purpose. Just so happens that it's sports, and Negroes play a lot of sports. Speaking of a Negro, on this day in 1941, the great Joe Louis knocks out Gus D'Orazio. Sounds Italian to me, so that's a win for the brothers in 2 rounds for the heavyweight boxing title. On this day in 1965, the U.S.-Japan baseball relations are suspended over Masanori Murakami dispute. Don't know anything about that. Here's another Negro. I'm trying to bring that back, by the way. Negro. Let's bring that back. On this day in 1967, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors, he scored the first of an NBA record, 35 consecutive goals without a miss. Shout out to Wilt for that, man. Wilt was a straight shooter, wasn't he? Did y'all ever see that story about Wilt Chamberlain's like estranged son? Look that up if you hadn't read that story. I read this like a couple years ago. This kid, man, looks exactly like Wilt Chamberlain, man. And he's like a little mixed kid, and he's talking about his mom. He never knew Wilt or whatever. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. And I think he tried to reach out to the family, and they're kind of shunning him. But he's like, I don't want no money. You know, I just know that that's my pops, and I want to know the rest of my family and this, that, and the other. I think that's important, too, because, like, you don't want to meet a chick one day, and then, you know, y'all smash, and it's like, oh, my God, you're my half-sister. Bad look, isn't it? Anyway, on this day in 1968, this is kind of Black history. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame opens in Springfield, Massachusetts, USA. I would guess to say that the majority of the people in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame are Negroes, or at least very close to over half. You know what I mean, or half, or close to half, I should say. And then finally, on this day in 2003, Emmitt Smith, at this time of the Dallas Cowboys, and owner Jerry Jones agreed that releasing Smith from the team was a win-win situation. Yeah. That's like one of those, like, well, we both decided to end the relationship. We both decided to break up. Nah, cuz she broke up with your ass, B. Yeah, she just wanted you to feel all right about it. The formal announcement was made, though, on February 27th. I remember that, too. That is your Friday edition, your last edition of On This Day for the week. I remember that, too. That's when Parcells was there. And Parcells, Emmitt Smith was due to make $7 million. And Parcells was like, we ain't paying him no damn $7 million. I don't give a damn how much you like him, Jerry. And which, again, this is the type of person that Jerry Jones usually needs around. I think they're saying like his son Stephen Jones is that person now to make the more prudent decisions. But he was like, hell no. And I guess Jerry was like, how much you gonna pay him? He was like, $700,000. Wait, what? Yeah, like that's a shot right at a dude's pride. You want me to go from $7 million to $700,000? You can't even keep me in seven figures, B? Like, give me a cool $1 million to like just mull over. So Emmitt Smith ended up with of course, the Arizona Cardinals, and I remember that press conference. Roy Williams broke his clavicle or whatever, his collarbone. He's at the press conference crying because I don't get to see my baby play soccer anymore. Yeah, it's bad luck, dude. I'm never the dude to tell a person when to retire. I mean, keep getting checks as long as they're going to give them to you, or as long as they're going to pay them to you, I should say. But when you sitting up there crying because you got regrets, maybe you should have walked away, cuz. You should just left. You know, everybody. I mean, you got the record. Jerry let you hold on long enough to get the record in a Cowboys uniform, which was, you know, what it was. But at the end of the day, don't owe you nothing. Don't owe you nothing at all. Anyway, let's move away from this Charles Barkley thing, and I'll give you the update now on Charles Oakley. Because now we get into the thick of things with this James Dolan thing. Because our good friend racism was eventually going to poke his head through. I mean, he's been peeking out a little bit, but now he's come out to play a little bit. And he brought one of his friends with him too. He brought Donald Sterling with him to talk about James Dolan and Charles Oakley's whatever they have, whatever's going on, man. I think it's a bit, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really nothing to it, man. Like, that place, Madison Square Garden, James, does he not own it or whatever? He has the lease on it. It's his place. He can kick anybody out he want to. You know, all this fake ire. Like, you can't do that to Charles Oakley. Why not? Why not? Because it don't look good. It don't make you feel good. Whatever. This is a rich white man. You think he's rich and white because he do the stuff that other people want him to do? Nah. In America, he's white and he's rich. He do what he want to do. That's pretty much the unwritten rule. I.e., look at your president. Rich white, do what the hell I want to do. I don't care. Black lady, do you know the people in the black caucus? Set up the meeting for me, mammy. Yeah, that's all he needed at the end of that. You know what? You look like mammy. Or something like ultra insensitive and racist. Just like put the exclamation point on the back end of that joint. That bro looked at him like, nah. She still tried to stay professional. Shout out to her for that, man. Cause she could have went all like straight up black woman neck roll on this dude if she wanted to, and everybody would have understood. But she kept it like crazy professional. Even when she was on CNN, she was like, "Look, I'm not gonna make the story about me because it's not. There's problems in the black community that need to be resolved. And this is the man who said he was gonna do it, and I want to know if he was gonna do it. I need to get information for the people who this stuff matters to." And I was like, "Shout out to you for that." Like, this is why sometimes you see people do things, and you realize why you're at the place in life that you're in. Because I don't have that kind of restraint as she has. Like, my natural instinct is, like, if you say some foul stuff to me, yep, immediately. It's like a reflex. Like, when they hit your knee with that little mallet, immediately I'm coming back, fly with you. Immediately out the gate. She kept her composure, man. And she's like, you know what? Bigger picture. I'm constantly looking at the smaller picture. Constantly. High road, nope. I'm always on the low one. Every single day, every single minute of the day, I'm just perusing down that low road. I don't even know where the high road is. It don't even come up on my GPS when I hit it. So anyway, Thursday, Oakley did an interview with Sports Illustrated. Of course, he's doing the Eric Dickerson. You got to talk to everybody and just keep repeating the same things over and over again. So at this point, shout out to Maggie Gray because she just asked a different question. Do you believe that he's a racist? Just straight up. And here's Charles Oakley. Now, here's the time when you really just knock it out the park if you want to. My man says he's got a family issue going on. Well, you don't have to come on now, then. You know what? Let's do it. You know what? I'm going to push this dude to next week. You know what I mean? Because I've already got what I want to talk to him about. And, you know, I don't want to do that whole, like, just jamming in and, you know, my old lady gets enough of that from me. jamming it in. I don't want to do that. I want to make it a reasonable thing that you guys can enjoy a little bit and actually want to hear his story. So Oakley says when asked if James Dolan is a racist, Oakley says you have to think about it. Like, that's one of the things that you don't really have to think about. Like my man would always say, it's like porn. There's no real definition for it, but you know it when you see it. You know what I mean? You know a racist when you see one. You don't have to think about it. I mean, he's on that level. What the hell does that mean? Is that like Mario Brothers? Like he made it to the racist level of Mario Brothers? Like, I don't know. Like, dude, just come on. Like, at this point, you can't necessarily try to have this man's feelings in mind. Like, Draymond's a current player, and he don't give a damn. Draymond's like, yep, he's a slave master. He has a slave master's mentality. My man, my N-word. You know what I mean? Like, let it rip, cuz. I get tired of people trying to, trying to parse their words to preserve someone else's feelings when they've already wronged you. You've already felt like he's wrong, not just by throwing you out the building, whatever, that's what it is. But then when my man's talking about you got anger problems and you might be an alcoholic, yeah, we got a problem there. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Charles Oakley may still be somewhat employable to somebody to endorse something or the other. But you start putting those labels on cats, angry black man, drunk ass angry black man at that, that's a problem, cuz you can't. That ain't the move. So if somebody asks me if you a racist, like, I don't even give a damn no more. Yep. Even if I know you not, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, a racist. Like I'm all day. What is Big L saying about the high road? I do my best to get on the high road, but I don't always make it. Like, just do like me, dog. I've given up. I'm a petty MFer, dude. All day, every day. I don't give a damn, man. Like, just let's ride out. Yeah, exactly. You know why you're able to say most, Big L, most sports. Who am I? I'm cool. Most sports owners. Most sports owners have that mentality. Yeah, because they all rich and they all white. You know what I mean? Yeah, they love that terminology too. They love when players be like, he's my owner. No, dude, he's the owner of the team. Like that. In this environment where people always talk about how words matter, like stuff like that gets said subconsciously, but it empowers people. This is why. See, now we gotta go back to the Barkley situation. This is why Charles Barkley is such an ass to me, man. Because the real problem, the real underlying problem that he has, is the fact that when he played, all these white men like James Dolan and these guys and Jerry Krause and these guys from the Bulls and these white owners, Jim Buss, they had all the power. It pisses a dude like that off to see LeBron and Kevin Durant take their situations into their own hands and do the things that are best for them, not let somebody else tell them. Dan Gilbert can't tell LeBron what's best for him. LeBron's like, hey, dog, I need a point guard. Up that money, B. You know what? My man Tristan Thompson need $85 million. Hit him off. J.R. Smith, yeah, he need that max deal. Let's run that too while we at it. Yeah, that pisses these dudes off. But the problem is, like, I can see why, like, George Karl would be pissed off about it. I can see why Dan Gilbert, and I can see why Phil Jackson would be pissed off about it. I can't see and I can't justify Charles Barkley being about it. You know what I mean? Because he loved to talk about how, the league was built on the shoulders of players like him. But what were you working for then? What were you working to advance towards? Like, to me, the NFL, the way it's constructed, is one of the most beautiful things in sports. The fact that these dudes can assume a level of power. You guys realize that their representative is a black woman as well? She's the one that negotiates it and helps them negotiate their collective bargaining agreements and things of that nature. I can't remember her name because I can't remember anybody's name, which is the reason I call Reggie Russ on the last episode. Maybe I need one of those shock bracelets or something. It just shock me every time I say the wrong name for somebody. Anyway, no, I don't. That'd be a ridiculous thing. Me being on here hollering and screaming every time some electricity go through my damn body. But to me, that's more of my issue with Charles. Not that he's a buffoon, he's an idiot, Because there's a lot of idiots. I'm an idiot. But I understand when something is good. You know what I'm saying? I sound like Trump when I say that because he said that yesterday. I sound like your president. But I understand that a power shift is not a bad thing. It's not terrible that in the NBA it's a 50-50 split revenue-wise. The players because at the end of the day, guess what? They still get more. The owners are still getting more because there's less owners than players. You dig? But the numbers just make it look like the owners want more, of course. They want more than that. They want to be able to control these players. And by the way, they got that back too. So for all of you people who are happy or who are pissed off that LeBron went to Miami, then came back to Cleveland, and that Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City and went to Golden State, guess what? That's about to be done and over with. You hear Boogie Cousins today? Boogie Cousins, well, he's been saying it for a while that he wants to sign that $219 million extension with the Sacramento Kings. He don't want to stay in no damn Sacramento. I mean, he gonna say the right things. I want my legacy to be here. There is no legacy in Sacramento, B. You'll just be a good player. That you remember that dude that played for Sacramento? Yeah. DeMarcus? Yeah, him. The dude that got all the technical fouls. Ain't no legacy to be had there. And I'm not even talking about winning championships. I'm just talking about winning, period. Because that's when you learn. That's when you get to know superstars and who they are. Postseason basketball, man. Cats putting up, like my guy used to always say, my man Jason Goff, who I used to produce for. It's a bad team. Somebody got to score the damn points. And I don't think that Boogie's necessarily in that company. He's an awesome basketball player, but $219 million to make you say a lot of the right things. And the reason I bring up the $219 million, by the way, is for those of you who don't know, the new CBA now has some provisions in it where the team that you're currently on, especially if they drafted you, let's say your favorite team drafts a star. The way that the new CBA is set up contractually, that team can pay you more money than any other team can pay you by far, to the point where they assume that a good player like, say, Anthony Davis might not hit true free agency till he's like 14 years in the league or something like that. So all that movement, that's the power that the owners got back. They'll pay more in order to control your movement, rather than a guy like LeBron saying, you know what? Yeah, I'll take a little bit less, go play with my boys and stack these rings, then come back and start running roughshod over this owner who wrote this slave owner's message to me or letter to me when I left his plantation. That's going to end. You know, that part of the game is going to be over. So for everybody who was all happy or all pissed off about players having malleability in their and flexibility in their movements, there you go. You know, and again, if you're a team that doesn't have a star, like I always use the Atlanta Hawks as the perfect example of this. A team that's okay, right? They're decent, 4, 5, 6 seed in the East. But all that means is, one, you're not going to win no championship from that spot. And two, you're not going to be able to necessarily draft one of the top players in the draft, drafting out of that spot either. So you'll continue to be 5, 6, whatever. You got to suck. Now the reward for that, if let's say with the Sixers, if Ben Simmons pans out and they end up with Ben Simmons doing work and Joel Embiid can stay healthy, they can keep those dudes, that duo in particular, for like 14, 15 years. Because of where the new CBA is right now. I don't know that necessarily makes the game better. Like, if you love basketball and you say you don't like watching that Golden State squad play basketball, you're ridiculous. Stephen A. Smith, ridiculous. Remember at the beginning of the season, before the season even started? They've ruined basketball season. There's no reason to even watch. You're an idiot. Another idiot. This is like Idiot Fest tonight. Another idiot that people seem to love to listen to for some reason. And every time I turn on my TV, he's on it. Now, I ain't knocking this dude hustle, man. Get your bread on, because it ain't his fault. I blame y'all. Y'all the ones that keep tuning in to that foolishness. Made up arguments. You know what I'm saying? Constructed, you take this part, I'll take this part, and we'll argue over it like we really mean it. Hell out of here, man. Like, nothing about that. There's nothing about any of those shows that's authentic at all. other than the money that they're getting off of it. The ratings ain't good, comparatively to a lot of the other programming. But the sports talk viewer or listener has now been conditioned to feel like that's what it is. I'll say this and I'll say that and this and that and the other. Your point is stupid. Just like that post I put up today, and I put it up in one of the groups that I'm in, Wild and Sports Talk or something. One of these groups that I'm in on Facebook. I put up the Charles Barkley piece that after he said like all these guys want to play together, that makes the game terrible. And I put up the picture of him and Scottie Pippen and Hakeem Olajuwon. And by the way, if you guys want to know about people competing, there was him and Scottie Pippen had some beef with each other. You know why? Because Scottie Pippen said, yeah, he's fat and he's lazy. No wonder he's never won anything. So when you start talking about people who don't want to compete, some of us remember certain things. You know what I mean? We just kind of remember things. Even though it's been 17, 20 years, I was alive and I remember when that stuff happened. And when a dude with a bunch of rings tell the dude who ain't got done that I know what it takes and you ain't got what it takes because he's on the same team as you, I tend to believe that guy. But anyway, so I put the picture up of him and Olajuwon and Scottie Pippen, two other Hall of Famers, and people coming back, that's totally different. Why? Because they were in the twilight of their careers. No, that just makes it stupid. That just means they couldn't do it at the time where they should have done it. That's one of the most ridiculous arguments in the world, that Kevin Durant or LeBron James should wait until their skills have eroded, do a Gary Payton and just go sit on the bench for the Heat and get a ring just to say I got one. That's ridiculous as hell. If you got a chance, especially with KD, and it feels so crazy to me having this conversation, because for years, when me and my man Callaway was on the radio, Callaway used to always mess with me. When I would talk about Westbrook, people would always talk about Russ being selfish and he can't play point guard in the NBA and all this kind of stuff. And I would always be the one to say, look, man, I love watching this dude play. And Rob would say stuff like, you got on that Westbrook T-shirt up under your clothes or whatever. And now the whole dynamic has just switched. Russ he's this sympathetic figure. And Durant he's this ridiculous human being. Really? And this comes from people who allegedly watch basketball. Like that, what they did with what they had to work with was amazing. It was. But at a certain point, if you're Kevin Durant, you got to say, man, this is a lot of effort just to get to this point, to move backwards. Because raise your hand if you saw the Houston Rockets this year with Mike D'Antoni being third in the West. Raise your hand if you saw that coming. Yeah, exactly. The landscape is constantly changing, man. And if you're a forward-thinking individual and you're like Kevin Durant, and I got an opportunity to go play with a team, like for what it's worth, Russ is a ball-dominant point guard, man. He is. And so many times when you would see that offense play, especially late in games where they lost like a record amount of games when leading in the fourth quarter last year. Like the only team that lost more games than them when leading going into the fourth quarter was the damn 76ers. And it's only so much of, Russ handling the basketball, trying to break his guy down, and then 6 seconds left, the ball ends up in Kevin Durant's hands. Now he's got to create. This situation in Golden State is a beautiful situation for him. He get to come off screens, and then when they need it, because they do need him, there is not another player on that team that can get their shot off with as much ease as Kevin Durant can. He's 7 foot with a J, and once he gets to that elbow and rises up, no one can even contest the shot, much less block it. So there was a need for him. It's not just like the rich getting richer. Nah, hell no. There was a need for him there, and we see now with 9 wins, 9 losses at the All-Star break. Yeah, it fits pretty nicely. And people was like, it's going to be like when the Heat got together, there's going to be an adjustment period. That was quick. That was quick. Hey, Draymond, just go out and get triple doubles, but don't score no damn points. Bet. Challenge accepted. Like stuff like that happens when you put a dude like Kevin Durant in that system. it becomes what's known as like a beautiful marriage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like peanut butter and chocolate. It just goes together seamlessly. And Russ is Russ. Russ is. I heard Dan Le Batard say this, so I don't want to steal this, but I agree wholeheartedly with him. He's like Russell Westbrook. He's not better this year than he's been. He's just getting more usage, and he's able to show more because Kevin Durant isn't there. So guess what that means as well. Guess who else is winning from all this? Guess who else is getting a bunch of attention from this? More commercials. Yeah. So, yeah, while I'm saying Russ need to probably at some point fall back before it turns on him, right now, he's reaping the benefits from it personally as well. It's not one of these things where it's like, oh, my God, woe is Russ. He's got to carry this team on his own. He's being rewarded handsomely for it. You know what I mean? So when it's all said and done, there are no sympathetic figures in this. It's just basketball. But for whatever reason, I think the people at the powers that be believe that you guys can't consume a sport without there being some sort of soap opera wrapped around it. Nah, y'all got to be better as sports fans. That's what that boils down to. Y'all got to stop being so idiotic and being like, man, I hope they fight. I don't. Two dudes that's good, that are that good, I just want to see them get buckets. Plenty of them. I want to see no damn Charles Oakley and these cats out here fighting, Moses Malone punching Larry Bird. I'm good. Just get buckets, and I'm fine. Get plenty of buckets. It's the One Mic with Big Mike show. Got one segment left. I told you I wasn't going to be up here for the whole 2 hours, but I got a couple other things I want to get off my chest about this Jerry Sandusky situation and all that before I shut down shop for the weekend. And plus, I'm hungry as hell, and I forgot to pee before I started the show. I might have like a bladder infection around this piece. Anyway, it's the One Mic with Big Mike show here on Spreaker.com, the Spreaker app, tune in, and of course, OneMicWithBigMike.com.
I have one question for you.
Do you or someone you know run a business that could benefit from additional exposure? The One Mic with Big Mike show is currently taking on new sponsors and advertisers. One Mic with Big Mike is currently syndicated across 8 different online platforms, and your company's name could be heard and seen across all 8 as well.
Let's get to work.
Please send all inquiries to Mike at OneMicWithBigMike.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support.
All I need is one mic.
Go, Caleb! Come on, hit a homer, Jesse.
Let's go, guys.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who play sports earn more money when they grow up?
Of course. I knew that.
Hey, did you guys know that kids who read books have a bigger vocabulary?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Wow, jinx. Did you guys know that friendly children have more friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true. I knew that. Did you guys know that winter babies are better at music?
Everyone knows that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Oh, hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Huh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
I'm pretty sure you didn't.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And now back to One Mic with Big Mike.
And here we go.
Got to do it again. That's that Friday horn.
Blue Nova Beats, boy.
Last segment of the show here on the One Mic with Big Mike show. The last segment of the week, by the way. Make sure you guys check out the show on demand if you missed any portion of it. I had to reschedule my interview for the night, so if you were looking for that, be checking for it. I'm not sure Monday. I might have something else going on for Monday and Wednesday, so maybe next Friday we can try to work something out with my guy, or maybe double up on the interviews in one of the shows next week. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, Spreaker.com is where I'm being heard. Excuse me. Also, the Spreaker app. Tune in. And, of course, OneMicWithBigMike.com. Sign up for your free Spreaker accounts. Just go to Spreaker.com or download the app from your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. And then sign up for your account. Follow my show, OneMicWithBigMike.com. And during the show, you guys can join me in the live interactive chat room by clicking on the little thought bubble icon you see on that streaming player. I got to rewind a little bit here in just a second because I am no dose. He's about as bad as me, I guess. There was something that I was supposed to be talking about, but he wanted to hear me talk about, but he don't know what it was, so I'll just rewind and tell you what I've already mentioned during the show if I can remember my damn self. iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, excuse me, and YouTube is where you can get the show on demand. You can also like my Facebook page, One Mic with Big Mike, and check out the Twitter, One Mic with Big Mike as well. You still got time to text your boy at 404-902-8104, 404-902-8104. Also, sorry, reading. Also, you can jump inside the live interactive chat room. There is no live stream right now, so you can't leave any comments below that, but we'll try to get it rectified. No, that's the issue with doing a one man show here, one man band type of situation. So, all right, I am No Dose, just for you, man, just because you my guy. I started off talking about Darrell Revis and how Darrell Revis he caught a little case over the weekend on Sunday. Some young punks, young punk. You guys got to know where that comes from. That's Martin. Ran up on them, and he had to dot some I's, man, and put them boys to sleep. 2 of them, allegedly. Let me say that, allegedly. They were asleep for real, but it's alleged that he the one that put them to sleep. I was talking about the All-Star weekend. Y'all still excited for the dunk contest? There's this kid from Phoenix that played like 12 minutes a game that's supposed to be able to jump out the damn gym. Of course, Zach LaVine, he wasn't going to be in it anyway, but he tore his damn ACL, so that's a bummer. Aaron Gordon's going to be back. But it's like the thing with dudes now, like doubling up on the dunk contest, there's a lot of pressure on cats, man. And here's the thing, too. See, this Charles Barkley thing is just kind of simmering. The thing that people got, start appreciating what you're seeing right now. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that dude to be like, the best dunk contest ever. Dominique and Michael Jordan. Nah. Did you see what happened last year? Like, these kids, the dunks that Jordan and Dominique did in those dunks that had our jaws on the ground, these kids are warming up. Warming up with those type of dunks. Like, the athlete is just different now, man. There's a different brand of athlete. The training is different. The supplements are different. They're just being bred differently, man. So they're able to do things that are just mind-blowing. The Vince Carter stuff, awesome still, right? But that stuff that was happening last year, like my man like coming from the free throw line and going between his legs, come on. That's like ridiculous. And to duplicate that this year, like I said, my suggestion, and it feels like they're trying this a little bit, because there was like a reality show last year, like the King of the Court or something like that. There was a dunk contest for these YouTube guys. I say put them dudes out there. That white dude from Canada, these dudes that's like killing it on YouTube, put them out there for All-Star Weekend and like give somebody like a scholarship or a car, a Kia or something like that. A little prize money or whatever. You do it for a kid that can hit a lucky half-court shot. Let's run it, man. Like, get some of these cats out. Oh, Vince Young. Is Vince Young – I didn't even read this. I caught, like, wind of it. But anyway, that's my fix for the slam dunk contest. I'll address that Vince Young thing in just a second, but let me finish telling I Am No Dose what I was talking about. I was talking about Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley as well. Big Baby firing off on Doc Rivers, and I actually didn't talk about this either. But let me do it real quick. Let me tell you guys what Big Baby had to say about Doc Rivers. Now, part of this is him being butthurt because Doc put him on the bench when he was in with the Clippers, and he had this ankle injury, and Big Baby had surgery, and nobody. I just love seeing. I could call him Glenn, but Big Baby is just so funny to me. And Big Baby is now, he's saying that he's not done playing, but no one has picked him up. Yeah, the LSU guy, of course. I have no doubt wants to know about the LSU guy. So he says about Doc Rivers, and again, I've said this to my man. I said this to my man Rob years ago. Everybody like gives Doc Rivers like this Red Auerbach type treatment because he won one ring. It makes you feel like he won multiple rings with the Celtics, right? But he didn't. That didn't happen. But anyway, he says, quote, when you win a championship with somebody, you don't treat nobody like that. No matter if it's a business or not. Well, that's not true. You can't have both, dude. Either we going to be friends or we going to do business. I tell people that all the time in my line of work. Like, either we going to do business or we going to be friends. It's hard to do both because friends like to ask for favors. And then you have to tell people sometimes, look, cuz, yeah, I don't do favors. I run a business, so we can work that out that way. But anyway, Big Baby believes that you can have business and friends, or you don't treat people like that, no matter if it's a business or not, because it's bigger than basketball between us and Doc. Somebody need to tell Doc that though. He says, quote, "I've never left you at the altar." Don't know what that means. I've never left you at the altar. He said it twice. I never left, end quote. See, this is where this is like where the Barkley part of me comes in. It's like, come on, dude, you're a grown man. You got compensated, my dude. You ain't volunteer for the gig. You got compensated, and the business side of things caught up with you. Like we're not talking about an all-time great that's holding on. You're a Big Baby. You know what I mean? You're a Big Baby. You're a 6'4" power forward in the NBA. You've already won, cuz. So like your point could have been made without the butt hurt part, the sounding like a scorned ex-wife type deal. I never left you at the altar. What the hell is? Come on, B. Use a better example at least than that. But here's the part. Here's the part where he's actually accurate in what he's saying. You can not like what he's saying. You may not like the tone in which he's coming from because, yeah, he's salty. He is. But that doesn't dismiss the truth in what he's speaking when he says, quote, "What Doc had in 08 was special, and he was lucky as hell." Lucky as hell. Said it twice, too. The year before that, they were wearing trash bags. But then the next year, they win it. Now he's one of the best coaches ever? Question mark. I'm just not feeling that. You give credit to Kevin Garnett. You give credit to Paul Pierce. You give credit to Ray Allen. He does not say Rajon Rondo, by the way. Those are the guys who made sure whatever Doc needed or whatever Doc needed to be done got done. Like, that's not inaccurate. Does anybody remember Doc Rivers as the coach of the Orlando Magic? Oh, I do. Yeah, he got his ass ran out of town. And he's about to get his ass ran out of town in Boston. Like, it was about to be a whole, like, a seismic shift up there. Like, Danny Ainge was about to be out that joint. Doc Rivers was about to be out that joint. They was even about to trade Paul Pierce. The truth. With an F, if you're from Atlanta. The truth. And also, Reggie, I see your, like, now is out. Like, Reggie's one of those weird fan guys, too. My Rockets. Shout out to you, boy. But no, he's right in what he's saying. And then because of a relationship between Kevin McHale and Danny Ainge, of course, they played together on those great Celtics teams. KG won it out. You know, he was real mad when Marbury left to go to New Jersey. Then, of course, they tried to appease him by bringing in like Wally Zerbiak and Sam Cassell, the aforementioned Latrell Sprewell. They spinning N-word, they spinning. And that wasn't good enough. You guys remember? I don't know if you guys saw that All-Star game here in Atlanta when he sat down with Coach John Thompson. Kevin Durant was in Kevin Durant. Freudian. Kevin Garnett was in tears, man. He asked him to stop the interview because he didn't want to look like no punk. He was crying about losing in Minnesota. So Kevin McHale, Kevin Durant must be talking about me. Not. Kevin McHale did his boy Danny Ainge a solid. Shipped KG over there. They ended up signing Paul Pierce. Rajon Rondo was at his best at that time. And it materialized into a championship. And now Doc Rivers taking over for Vinny Del Negro. I should call him Vinny Del Negro, shouldn't I? Over there in with the Clippers. Yeah, he won like one more game. He got to the second round, just like Del Negro did the year before. And I think he won one more regular season game, like 50 whatever. One more. My bad, y'all. One more game. And since that, you know, because like the other person that's involved in that kind of that conversation that probably need to be had, Chris Paul. You know, everybody's talking about, you know, this thing with it's a championship or nothing. Your legacy ain't crap if you don't have rings and all this kind of foolishness that people like to talk about. Well, Chris Paul ain't getting no closer, and now he's become glass man. You know what I mean? Like he's hurt every time you turn around, and inevitably this year is going he gonna want some money at the end of this year. He's gonna be a free agent. Him, Blake, DeAndre just got his money, but so what? Who cares? You know what I mean? Jamal Crawford ain't getting no younger. JJ Redick, cool, but yeah. That Clippers team is what it is, and Doc Rivers being the GM and the coach, at some point, Doc Rivers gonna have to take a real good look at the coach of that team. The GM is gonna have to take a real good look at that coach. And Big Baby spelled it out. You know, somebody, my girl Jen, the sports diva, Malcolm Mackey's wife. She hopped on my Instagram when I posted the Big Baby comments. She was like, "Big Baby need to sit his ass down." And before Kevin Garnett is who I'm speaking about. Kevin Garnett make him cry again. I was like, all right, that's kind of a low blow. And that's something that you really can't do, is it? Like, you can't be the dude that got made to cry on the sideline and your name be Big Baby. Like, both things can't. Like, the world just doesn't work that perfectly. The dude that Kevin Durant again. Yeah, I might need to get one of them shock bracelets or something. Kevin Garnett made cry in an NBA game is also named Big Baby. You can't even write that. That's like a character on like a bad sports movie. Yeah, we call him Big Baby because he cried all the damn time. So anyway, that was her take. He needs to sit his ass down because, of course, I think she's a Celtics fan and she loves Doc Rivers. But Doc Rivers is what he is. He's an average guy who, he's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a guy who's in the right position at the right time and had a lot of good things happen around him that led him to a place that not many people get to see. And we'll find out more about old Jimmy G here since Tom Brady's going to play these 45. We'll find out about how Jimmy G looks in that Browns uniform and that orange helmet. At least he'll probably be throwing a Terrell Pryor, though, which is I guess a plus. And they can't let my guy, free Josh Gordon, man. That's his name, right? Is it Josh Gordon? Yeah, free Josh Gordon, man. That dude can't get back on the field because he smoked weed. Meanwhile, dudes like somebody. Oh, you know who else got locked up today? This thought just came to my mind, so I just cut off my last thought. Trent Richardson got locked up today, man. Like, man, how did that go that wrong for Trent Richardson? You realize Trent Richardson was worth 2 first-round picks? The Browns were the Browns, right? They took him, was it 5th overall? And then when they got tired of him, he is, isn't he? I hate that. Like, I have no. That's why me and you cool, because I hate the over, like you free so free Tom Brady. That kind of puts a damper on the people who were really like not Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela. Like, that's the kind of dude that needs that chant. Like free Gucci. Nah, free Gucci knew what he had to do to stay out of jail, and he violated, so he took his ass back. Whatever. I mean. Free my N-word, so and so. Well, is he innocent? Did he not do the thing they say he did? I mean, if he didn't, yeah, then free him then. But yeah, you and your cousin to run around with T-shirts talking about free everybody. Nah, certain people I'd rather probably not be free. Just be honest with you. I don't care what color you are. Just like if that's your move and you like to do bad stuff to folks, until the system is different, yeah, that's a place for you. I'm sorry, I'm not a procurer of mass incarceration, but there are certain people that need to be, in certain places away from me and my folk. But no, Trent Richardson, man. Trent Richardson caught a case for some domestic violence type stuff. Apparently he was in a hotel with his old lady and people heard her hollering and screaming for help. Maybe she'll come back and be like, nah, he was just tearing this stuff up. He was just deep in me. And he get off, but I don't know. It's just like a crazy turn of events, man. The story last year, I guess it was last year, he was like giving his people their own credit cards. These people running up bills on him. He don't know where his money going. It's like, how ridiculous are you? Like, that's a cat that I can't feel sorry for. I don't even feel sorry for the dude who like puts his money into some sort of bad investment and loses it. But at least I can understand how that works. You're trying to make your money make money for you. I can understand how things can go sideways on you. But you just like telling people they can have PIN numbers and credit cards and like, what the hell, cuz? You can't read a bank statement? Yeah, you deserve every last bit of it because you're a parent too. Don't you got like 2 little girls? Like that should be the priority, number one. You got all your people running around spending money that you really ain't got because you got people convinced that you're going to eventually make it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, on a visit, cuz. Please. Anyway, it's definitely the offseason because I'm talking about a lot of arrests and a lot of like people going to the bank. Michael Floyd, dude. Michael Floyd's had a crazy ass month, hadn't he? Got him a Super Bowl ring and got him a 120-day sentence in the bank. He got to go to county jail for 120 days. They probably let him out in about 3 weeks, for good behavior. But still, cuz, like, your freedom is your freedom. And losing it, like, you locked me up for like this literally happened to me when I was 16. I got locked up for, I don't know, it was a couple of hours. It wasn't like overnight, and it was a couple of hours. And that was it for me. It was grand opening, grand closing, cuz. I was out. I was like, nah, this ain't nah, I can't be around here doing dirt because I like to be free, like do what I want to do. And you can't do that in there. And then plus, they got people like the Booty Warrior. If you don't know who the Booty Warrior is, just Google the Booty Warrior. They got people like him in jail. That dude said on MSNBC's Lockup, he says, I just walk up to him and say, I like you. And no one has ever told me no. I was like, hold on. No. He said, I say we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And they all take the easy way. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, we don't even have no discussion behind this. Like, at least give me the details of what the hard way is before I just be like, yeah, you can have my ass, cuz. Wait, it just got to be like some sort of way we can, we can parse this out. Nah, that dude said no one has ever told him no. I was like, all right. Guess where I don't need to be? I need to be a law-abiding homie. I got locked up for 2 days, about 7 years. Yeah, exactly. F jail, my man. Like, F it hard. Because, like, dude, I'm 16 years old, and I swear this to be the truth. I got my big ass in the backseat of that damn car all scrunched up. Like, if you've never been in the back of a police car, it's not made for comfort, B. It's no leg room. You got to sit sideways. You got your hands behind you. Well, you know what? Did they have me? They didn't have me in the cuffs. I'm about to tell a lie. They didn't cuff me. No, they didn't. But that don't make it no more comfortable. And I'm thinking literally in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm about to have to go in here. I'm going to be boo-booing all over myself. I'm going to be throwing up all over myself. Ain't nobody going to want to touch me. This is my vision of what jail is going to be. It ended up being me in a holding cell and waiting for my sister to come get me. That's all it was. They just held me until an adult came and got me. And then I had to go to court and whatever. Yeah, it wasn't that. But just me scaring myself. I was like, yep, I'm good. Yep, 16 years old. It was grand opening, grand closing for the life of crime for me. How much time I got? Damn it, this damn thing. Okay, we got like 8 minutes. I guess I'll do the whole 2 hours. What else do I? Oh, the Sandusky thing. So Jerry Sandusky's son, and apparently it's his adopted son. I don't know why that necessarily matters. I told y'all about this on Wednesday. He got a couple charges over his head for doing the same thing his punk ass daddy was up to, touching on kids and whatnot. I guess you're supposed to say allegedly, so allegedly. Touching on kids and whatnot. He had his bond hearing. Here it is. He what does it say? He waives his hearing in the child sex abuse case. Jeffrey Sandusky, I thought it was Jerry Jr., but this is his adopted son, Jeffrey, on Friday, waived the preliminary hearing on charges that include solicitation of statutory sexual assault and solicitation of involuntary deviant sexual intercourse. What does that mean? Does it mean that it was, I guess it means it was involuntary for the kid, right? Obviously. Why not just call it rape? Isn't that what rape means without all the big words? Involuntary, deviant, sexual intercourse. Like, if you just take the 2 words in the middle out and just call it involuntary intercourse. Yeah, dog. I define that as rape. Is it not? Am I missing something? So, speaking of rape, too, and the Booty Warrior, check this part out. Your man is a 41-year-old state prison corrections officer. So he's a CO and got to go to jail. Holy moly. Oh man, they about to blow this dude back out. Yeah, and like I said, I watch enough lockup. They can put you in. What they call the secured housing unit. But them cats can still get to you. They still can find ways of getting to you, man. Because there's other dudes that's in like who lie and say like they're denouncing their gangs or whatever, and they get messages to these dudes and these child molesters. Oh, my homeboy when I was in high school, this dude named Vic, his daddy was a warden, and he said those are the ones. Yeah, those are the ones that they get when it's time to like ride on somebody, like women, people who kill women and rape kids and stuff like that. Yeah, the world is a different place for them in the joint, boy, and he deserved every last damn bit of it. Like, I understand, like, there are people who start talking about mental illness and mental sickness and all that. Look, fix it then. Find a way to fix it. If not, don't expect me to have no kind of empathy, sympathy, any type of pathy for any of these cats. Big L saying online mess. But it's saying intercourse. Like, intercourse denotes that I know what intercourse is. I think everybody listening to my voice right now has one idea of what intercourse is. And it ain't got nothing to do with no online. Unless that's some new stuff these damn kids done came up with they damn Tinder and they damn sexting and all that. But this says involuntary, deviant sexual intercourse. Like, sexual intercourse with involuntary, yeah, dude, that says rape. And I don't know who they trying to fool with this play on these words, but I can read right through it. I might not be the smartest damn cat, but I know what sexual intercourse is, and I know what involuntary is. It's the opposite of voluntary. Check with me later on tonight. Nah. I can't be making jokes about this, can I? Can I do that? I'm a horrible individual anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. Let's see what else I got to clear. I ain't really get. Well, I did. I got enough of that damn Trump stuff out of me, man. Oh, here's a real crazy story before I get up out of here for the night. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me too here on a Friday night on the One Mic with Big Mike show. This high school coach got fired. Let me tell you why he got fired though. Holy what? It means rape with objects and or animals as well as normal. What the living? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I can't even think of like the terrible things that need to be done to those people, man. Like, it's just something about with kids, man. Like, you just like that's a place you just can't go, cuz you just can't. Yeah, ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, I'm an idiot. I know voluntary is the opposite of involuntary. I know that much. I ain't got to have no purpose going to SAT to know that. So anyway, this dude in Alabama, he banned Nick Saban. Apparently, Nick Saban ished on one of the kids from this school, Parkway High School. No, in Louisiana. I'm sorry, not in Alabama. In Louisiana, he ished on one of these damn schools, on one of these kids from this school. And this coach, what is his name? David Feaster, told Nick Saban not to bring his ass back on campus. Yeah, the school was like, we can't have that. You're fired. So they fired his ass. Said the current Parkway administration didn't take kindly to the attention and felt Feaster was, quote unquote, undermining school officials and potentially hurting other Panthers athletes who could be recruited by Alabama. The incident was the third or fourth for Feaster and ultimately his undoing. See, that's kind of one of those weird. I don't know. They don't give any details on what Nick Saban apparently did to get this guy to react that way, but there's a shortage of people who care about kids that much, man. You know what I mean? Because when you're a guy and you know that, when you're a guy and you do that, you've got to know that something's coming back to you. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't be like, you know what, Nick Saban? Yeah, double middle fingers to you, and then everything's cool. You got to know that. So I got to feel like he's doing something that he feels protecting this kid or standing up for this kid that can't stand up for himself. And then his repayment for that is to lose his gig. Now, apparently, he's still going to be able to coach at the school. Not coach, sorry. Teach at the school. But he'll no longer be able to coach there, which is, it's unfortunate, man, because a lot of these dudes who are in these positions that coach these kids, especially when you have like guys like Nick Saban coming on campus, they're angling for other things. They're trying to get themselves jobs. Like my man Jim Harbaugh, he hired a kid that's coming out next year, top dual quarterback in the country, one of the top dual threat quarterbacks in the country. He hired his dad. Now, his dad is a coach. He's an actual coach, got a pretty long resume of UCLA. Spent some time here with the Atlanta Falcons. But yeah, he put this dude's dad on the payroll for $1 million. Yeah, dude, it ain't about what you know. Sometimes it's just about who you know. Feel me? Speaking of who I know, I think I'm gonna go see. My old lady want to go see that movie Split tomorrow. Anybody seen that? I think I might go check it out tomorrow. That's pretty much my plans for the weekend. I got to watch my ride. Winter, the season winner was like, F y'all, I'm not coming this year. So it's already pretty much spring. So I got to get out here and like do like the pre-treatment for the lawn, put the what is it called? The pre-emergence for the weeds or whatever. Got to go ahead and do that this weekend too. So I got a couple things on my plate, man. Also got to figure out what's going on with my interview. Like I said, my man said he had some family problems, so I won't apologize because I did my end. So, but I'll assume that he's apologizing for this. Either way, I'll come back on Monday. Hopefully, I'm working on a special guest, a guy that I really want to speak to. We've touched bases. I don't want to spoil it or jinx it, even though I don't believe in that craziness. But hopefully it comes through and we get to talk about this All-Star weekend, the stuff that did or didn't happen with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and whatever else comes up, man. So until then, you guys make sure you tell all your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. The One Mic with Big Mike show is heard on demand on Spreaker.com, the Spreaker app. Tune in. OneMicWithBigMike.com, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, and YouTube. And they can check me out online, social media-wise, at One Mic with Big Mike. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't have Snapchat and all those things, but I think I got enough. Big L, the shows are never great. I just shoot for 70%, homie. Average. C's get degrees, my man, but I thank you anyway, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the chat room. Anybody who checked in early on Facebook, appreciate you, man. But until Monday, man, y'all guys and girls be safe, man. And I'll talk to you on Monday.